Wait, hold on. Let me finish.
No, let me finish.
Welcome to Let Me Finish, the weekly podcast where we discuss what the hell's going on in pop culture, current events, and everything else in between.
We are your hosts. I'm Janice.
I'm Stacy.
And I'm Jillian. Grab a glass of wine and let's get started.
Okay, guys, we are back with another episode of Let Me Finish. This is episode 23 and our season finale of season 1.
Yeah, we're gonna take a little break.
Summer break.
Summer break. But I'm your host. I'm Janice.
I'm Jillian.
I'm Stacy.
All right. And so just so you guys know, just to quickly let you guys know, so this is our season finale for season 1 of Let Me Finish. We are taking our summer vacations, our summer breaks, so we can relax and have a good time. And looks like our season 2 is going to be premiering July 19th. So you guys marked it on your calendars. Make sure you know to come and listen to us back again July 19th in the morning on your commute, whatever you do, whenever you listen, we'll be back. Okay, but we're going to jump right into it and we're going to talk about how our weeks went. How did your week go, Jill?
I had a good week. I had a
good.
Now everyone's talked about Trader Joe's, whatever. And for some reason, it started coming up on my For You page on my TikTok of all these people doing all these really great creative stuff with the frozen food at Trader Joe's.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, I live by myself, and sometimes I just don't want to cook
a big meal.
cook a big meal. And I said, okay, these people have really, really great ideas. Let me go check out Trader Joe's. So I went for the very first time.
It is so good.
Love Trader Joe's.
Mind you, a lot of the stuff that people were talking about was sold out. But I did discover some other things. Like I really like
which location did you go to? The one in McKinney?
Plano.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's because it's right by my job. And so I went twice this week. I went Friday and then I went again on Wednesday, just hoping that they would have some stuff in stock. Mm-hmm. And so I like their orange chicken. I did that.
I love their orange chicken. It's so good.
Then I did, I bought their jasmine rice, or really love that. Really easy, 3 minutes in the microwave.
Did you get the fried rice?
I did get the fried rice. I got the chicken fried rice. I did that. I did really like that. And one thing about their frozen food, they're actually really well seasoned.
Yeah.
And a lot of frozen foods are just like, it's okay, but it's not.
You can eat as is at Trader Joe's.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I did that. They had really great strawberries there. That was a really great price. Really big ones. I've been eating that with my breakfast each morning. And then they had some sweet cherries that I really liked. They were really good. So I'm going to go back and buy some more.
I was like, no, thank you.
She doesn't like any of that. They had these like ice cream sandwiches that were really good. And then there was this like pesto pizza.
Ooh.
So
now, I haven't seen the pesto pizza.
Yeah, no, me either. I'm like, ooh, I have to try that.
So good. Literally, I put it in the oven. I think it was like 15 minutes. 15, maybe no longer than 20 minutes. The dough is where it's crispy, but then the inside is nice and chewy.
Girl,
nice
you
and
go make me
chewy.
drool.
And it was great.
You having flashbacks?
Yeah, I know. It's like she's being very animated when she described it.
So it was really good. It felt like whenever you go and get those brick oven pizzas.
Yeah,
it felt like that.
Did you get the shrimp tempura that I told you about?
I don't do seafood, so I didn't do shrimp.
Oh,
I thought you were trying to get the shrimp tempura. Oh no, you were trying to get the orange chicken.
The orange chicken.
Okay, the shrimp tempura is very
really
good. And there's this meal on TikTok, and it was like some type of like marinara, like white sauce mix with these like twisted noodles, which looked really good, and it's supposed to be like a very quick meal. Mm-hmm. So I'm planning to buy all the ingredients. So Jill, if you want to, I know we're hanging out at Stacy's today, but on our way home, if you want to stop by Trader Joe's, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed.
Yeah, there's one in McKinney.
Oh, okay. We might stop by because I wanted to get some more stuff.
Some things for the week,
and because there's a couple things I wanted to try that unfortunately were sold out. It was the chicken soup dumplings I wanted to try out.
Oh, those are good.
Okay, so
what kind of dumplings?
The chicken dumplings.
Chicken, so it's like
like pot stickers.
Yeah, but it's like
it's kind of
chicken,
like
but it has like a broth in it, so soup.
Oh,
and
okay.
you break the outside and you can, have the soup and then have the dumpling.
Okay.
So I wanted to try that, but both times I went there, they were sold out. And then there's this like garlicky pasta they're supposed to have that I'm still trying to find that one, and I haven't seen it. A couple other things. There was like an elote dip that I wanted to try. I'm not a big corn person, but everyone talks about it, so I'm like, I'll try
Corn
it.
has no nutritional value, but it's one of my
None
favorite
whatsoever.
things to eat.
But
I love
yeah.
corn.
I heard it's hard for your body to even digest it.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
That's why
We've
never
seen it
mind.
in our stool
Yeah.
before.
Oh my gosh, I wasn't gonna say that for the audience,
Yeah.
but gosh,
I mean,
Jillian
might
did.
as well. But yeah, so I like I said, I discovered Trader Joe's, and I'm a
Good for
huge
you.
fan.
So you should do a Trader Joe's haul on TikTok. I love
I
watching
think I
those.
will.
Okay.
I think I will be like, is this as good as people? Is it worth the hype?
Yeah.
And a couple things, yes, it was 100% worth.
I think
the
Trader
hype.
Joe's is definitely worth the hype. Trader Joe's is
Yeah.
good.
The only thing is
And
that
they have really good wine, and it's
Yes.
cheap wine.
So Trader Joe's,
Oh, I haven't tried their
their
one yet.
pricing
Yeah.
is better than
It's like
a lot
$3
of...
bottles of wine, $4 bottles
Yeah.
of wine, and it's some good wine.
And it's surprisingly, because when I went in there, I'm like, okay, this place is really tiny. So it's not a huge grocery store. And I'm like, okay, let me go check out the frozen food section, because that's where a lot of stuff that I was going to get was in the frozen food. I'm like, I went to the back. I'm like, where is it? I didn't realize it was in the middle of the store.
Yeah.
And I was just
Oh
like,
yeah, you just
I'm like,
go down all the aisles because it's only like 3 aisles.
Yeah,
and
3
then
or
you just
4.
go down all 3 aisles.
yeah. So
It's
that
more
was,
than 3 or 4, y'all.
It's more than that, but it's not like a Kroger or
Maybe
a
those are the
Target
only
or
aisles
Walmart.
I like to go down.
It's not a Kroger's.
Yeah, it's not like that. So it's not super long or super big where you're in a. But you can they get the necessities.
I feel like when I'm at Trader Joe's, it's like an assembly line almost, because like everybody goes in order. I don't feel like it's a place where you go and skip around. You like go down the aisle, see if there's anything you want, go down the next aisle, see if there's anything you want. I think that's how everybody kind of shops at Trader Joe's.
Oh, okay.
It's how I feel when I go, at
and
least.
one more thing. I did try their chicken tikka masala, which was really good with the rice, and I got some garlic naan bread, which was also
Ooh, garlic naan bread. That sounds
was
delicious.
really good.
Speaking of Trader Joe's and stuff, but like what really bothered me during the pandemic?
What?
So like I'm a big Costco and Trader Joe's shopper, and like used to go in. Well, they're back doing it now, but it really bothered me like that they had stopped all the samples. I know.
yeah.
Greedy ass.
I'm just
Greedy.
when I think about like
Hungry
Costco
self.
and those, because Trader Joe's always have like samples and stuff too. I mean, I would look forward to that, and then they had stopped it.
Well, yeah. I mean,
you
we're
could
trying
go-
to spread
listen,
the
you could go,
spread of a deadly disease.
I used to go to Costco and get full. Like we would like.
Okay, I've never
Seriously,
done that.
Costco used to have the best samples, like because we would go and then, oh my God, yes, and I'll be lined up ready for my little sample. Child, by the time I leave Costco, I'm not even hungry anymore.
Where's
I'm like,
Stacy? She at the sample table.
at Costco, they be like little kids.
Go look for her with a sample table. She there.
Kids be trying to hold the line, but like, you need to move,
Ma'am, you already got your sample. Could you move? Thank you.
Keep moving, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, Stacey, how did your week go other than your
Well-
love for samples?
Okay, so today's my anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Ernest and Stacey.
Thank you. So we have been married at 13 years today, together 19. But yeah,
Congratulations.
Married 13. Thank you. So we don't have, it kind of crept up on us
Yeah.
because we didn't have any, this is like really weird. It's like the first time we didn't have anything like really big planned or whatever. So we don't have anything planned, but
I mean, y'all just, and y'all going through a lot with the house and everything.
we just moved in and we have a vacation coming up, but yeah.
Yeah, use your vacation.
Did you
But-
ask for anything special for your anniversary?
We both completely forgot that our anniversary was, we remembered yesterday. So no, I didn't ask for anything, but he did get us tickets to go see Dave Chappelle and we got really, really good tickets.
Dave
Like,
Chappelle. Oh yeah.
yeah.
And she told us, me and Jillian, I'm like on the fence. Like I kind of want to
well,
go.
now the tickets are too expensive and I think it's even sold out.
Okay. Well,
That's
there
okay.
you go.
I mean, I like
200 and
That's what they were. Now those same tickets are like $800.
they're $200 plus is what I was seeing. So I was like,
I think we paid $250 for ours, but we were like real close to the stage. But now I don't even think there's any more. They went
I'm
up.
sure it would have sold out fast as Dave Chappelle.
Yeah. And I know like in other cities, like in Austin, they had to add another show because it was completely sold out.
Yeah.
So, but what I'm not, okay, so apparently you cannot bring a cell phone.
yes, they do make you
So
lock it up.
I'm concerned because I'm like, what? I'm supposed to
No,
be
they
in
don't.
here and
You
I
didn't know
can't.
that?
not until after he bought the
Okay,
tickets.
then-
but
okay, so-
we get our tickets on our phone.
Okay, so the way it works with Dave Chappelle, and he's explained this before at his shows, is that you can bring your phone, but what they'll do is they'll take your phone and lock it in this like safety bag. So, and then you get like a key to the bag. So you can scan your tickets, you just won't be able to actually go in to the place.
But the world we live, this is how I think, because I have PTSD. The world we live in today, what if something, God forbid, awful happens? And it's
You'll
like
find out after the show.
no.
You'll
like,
find out after the show.
No,
at the show?
The show.
Okay, well,
What is the cell phone going to help you do against the gun?
Mass chaos. I have no cell phone.
What is the cell phone going to help you do?
I'm just saying, like, it's like my lifeline, my kids, like,
Your
what?
kids are grown. I mean, well, one of them
No.
is grown, and the other one is. I mean, she's
But,
not
like,
an infant.
You'll
And
figure
then-
it out.
And then how
She have no
do I
babysitter.
get the phone back?
With the key.
Mass chaos happens.
They'll eventually get that stuff. Stacey, y'all stop.
Because
You've never had to turn your phone in at any kind of event or any kind of.
maybe I'm not going to the right events. No.
Okay, yeah, I've had to do that before.
Yeah, I mean, I know for sure Dave Chappelle, he's been doing that for years.
So apparently, yeah. And then
And that's how people. You saying that though, Stacey, lets you know how connected people are to their self. Like,
Yeah,
remember,
I'm very
there was
connected.
a time. There was a point in time where you did not even have a cell phone and you functioned just fine.
oh, I don't remember those days. Don't remind me. Because I'm sitting here like, what? I can't have my cell phone. Like, what?
This
what
is
something
ridiculous.
This is ridiculous.
This is-
Something-
this is
and I don't
reducing my
I want to
rights.
lock my phone up. And
Yeah.
is my phone is my phone. I don't want to lock it up. My
But you
phone
know-
is my car key. Like, I have
Leave
a
your
Tesla. I
phone-
use my phone to get in and out to start my car. Like, what the hell?
Oh, I mean,
Do
they'll
they
give it to
actually
you
not have a physical key to Teslas?
So I have a
Is
car-
there a physical key?
There's a card. It's not. There's
There's
no
a
physical.
card.
There's no physical.
Okay, is there a
key.
physical card?
Yes, I have a
So,
card. I'm
you
just
can get-
Maybe
I'm just-
bring your card that night.
I'm just annoyed because I'm like, why do I have to lock my phone up? Either that or I personally I would rather leave my phone, but
At
because
home.
my tickets are on the phone.
So yeah, you'll still be able
Leave them
to
in the car.
scan
Leave
your
it in the car.
ticket. You
but
still
I have to go in and scan. I have to scan my ticket.
no, so they won't take it at that point. Whenever you actually get into where you're going to be sitting, before you can actually get into their show, you'll scan your ticket on your phone.
Yeah.
and then they'll confiscate your phone. And it's
I don't
because
want anyone
And
confiscating
they
my
have
phone.
a system. It's not like
They
this
do have
is
a
the
system.
first.
So I have to wait
time
in
they've
line
done
to go
this.
get my phone back now.
So yeah, when you
Yeah,
when
you have to give
leave,
them your code or whatever
Yeah,
to go.
I'm sure
a
they
lot,
have-
and then some places will do like the lock boxes to where it's like you just lock it up and then take the thing.
Oh, child, this is
No, they actually have to because it is a no phone zone.
Yeah,
I'm
He
sure
is very
every
strict.
venue is different.
He is very
No,
strict about
this is
his.
strictly for Dave Chappelle, not.
but I'm
He's
saying
very
every venue probably has their own system for that.
Well, yeah, from what I have seen from people who've actually gone to Dave Chappelle shows, it is an actual pouch. And they've done it at other places, an actual pouch, and you put the pouch in, you lock it, and they get whatever they use to lock it, they give it to you. So let's say halfway through the show, you need to get up and use your phone. You can go out and be like, hey, I need to use my phone. You have the lock. They let you have your phone, but you just cannot go into the physical place where he's actually
Right.
performing with the phone, which as
There goes Stacey's dog.
Oh my God, what is
he's
this
tripping
problem?
today. Someone on the
Sorry.
Somebody might be at the door.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Stacey can go
guys.
check real quick. But yeah, they'll have. Well, we all know that Dave Chappelle is a controversial comic, so I think for him,
He's trying to
He
protect
wants
his.
to- it's not even that because he's never been afraid of being controversial. It's just like he wants the freedom to be able to say what he
doesn't want
wants.
it leaked.
Yeah, he doesn't want it leaked.
That's
ahead
what
of
he
time.
does.
That's
that's
which is
the
understandable.
only thing that they're doing. They don't want this content leaked.
Yeah, they
because
don't.
he's on a tour, and so they don't have. They want the whole comedy show out there before
Right.
you get to go to the show.
And
That's
he
what
usually,
it's for.
and Like I said, I've seen Dave Chappelle stand up. He some of the stuff hits, some of the stuff doesn't. It's not one to be like, oh, ha 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 ha, laugh out loud all the time. He kind of goes through like a monologue and
yeah, it's all just for leakage
he can make
purposes.
things funny.
That's
Like,
it.
Yeah.
I think because I haven't been to that many comedy shows. We went and saw, I think, which was a really great show. Was Trevor Noah? Me and Janice went and saw him. Hilarious. He did a great job. Even his opening acts were really good.
Ooh, Amy Schumer has a new one that's dropping. I think it dropped today. By the way,
See, I don't think she's funny.
I think she's hilarious.
The first special that she had, I thought was funny, but then
Every special she's done made me laugh.
The leather one.
Oh, the leather one I was not a super big fan
I was
of.
just like-
when she was pregnant, though, that was hilarious.
Yeah, because she was pregnant at the same time as Meghan Markle, so I
it
thought
was,
that was funny.
hilarious. And so far, the clips
leather
I've seen of the
special-
new one are hilarious.
Yeah, the leather special was not funny. I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah, and then Ali Wong, I'm like in and out with her sometimes, but I think
Yeah.
Ali Wong's pretty funny too.
Yeah.
So my week,
Yes.
I don't know, Stacey, how
Oh,
does
so-
that
Was that?
pretty
was-
much
no.
how your week went?
That was. Hey, I didn't do anything. That was my week.
Okay.
Yeah, well, my week was pretty normal. I mean, I wasn't feeling well this week during the week. Yeah. I have a blood sugar thing. My blood sugar got too low, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, my week was a little more recovery based, rest based, and it probably needed it because I haven't been resting and I've been running and ripping and running for a while. So I just probably needed a little rest.
You really
Yeah.
need to calm down and slow down a little bit because
Yeah, probably.
Let me not even start talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause
You're a year older in a couple, 2 weeks.
in 2 weeks, yeah, June 20th is my birthday. So while we're on this hiatus, I'll be celebrating my birthday and doing all my birthday fun. Yay.
Oh, I didn't tell you. I'm going to Turks and Caicos for vacation too. While we're on hiatus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that. I've never been to Turks and Caicos, so.
All right, let us know.
Me either. So yeah, I'm excited to hear all about it. But yeah, no, other than that, my week was again. Oh, well, when we come back, we'll talk about really part of my week because one of the things we're going to do is when we come back, we're going to talk about anything that's got us in a chokehold going into this break. And my main chokehold, as you guys have known, has been the Vanderpump Rules scandal. And they did have their finale this week. So when we get back, I'm going to dive right into that, give you guys an update because it was juicy, y'all.
Uh-huh.
We'll be back. Okay, we're back and we are going to get right into our chokeholds, which is how we're going to end up this season. Just different things that have gotten us in a chokehold going into our summer, going into our break. And for me, it is Scandival. So yeah, with Scandival, Vanderpump Rules. So it did conclude with the reunion episode 3. So I'm telling you, it was, the girl came out, Raquel, whatever you want to call her, because apparently her name is Rachel, but she goes by Raquel all this time. So everybody is making fun of her, calling her Rachel now. So she came out, and I'm telling you, the whole cast just roasted the shit out of her, just beat her up, and I think she needed it. Mm-hmm. But by the end, you were a little, especially Lakin. Lakin was like, I just think it's horrible that they're coming for her so hard. I'm like, she's a pretty shitty person. I'm not going to lie. You're pretty disgusting.
And they came for Tom too, right?
Oh, well, Tom couldn't even speak. Every single time he would speak, Lala would, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Don't talk. You just don't talk right now. Like, he couldn't really even barely speak a lot of the times. And nobody could really defend him. People would try and then they would get told to shut the fuck up too.
So does he have any remorse? It sounds like he's a narcissist.
He 100% is a narcissist. Like because here's the thing. The girl came out. She gave her accounts of things.
This is Raquel.
Yeah. And so, of course, everybody's like, she apologized to Ariana. But the thing about it is she still looks like what I said, that Bambi-eyed bitch. Like, she just looks blank, confused, like unremorseful, showing no emotion. So if you're coming to me, my former best friend, and apologizing to me with no emotion on your face, what makes me want to accept that apology?
I think it's like a coping.
I think she's just trying to get through it. I do, especially at the end when you saw her breakdown, because you do see her breakdown in her trailer later and her final interview, and it did finally add a layer of sympathy for her, because before it's just like, you don't care, like you are sick, you're disgusted. Like Ariana used some really strong words because she was just like, I'm really selfish. She's like, you need to use some better vocabulary. You're disgusting, subhuman. Just she was deplorable. She was using all kinds of words for her, and
She pulled out a dictionary.
yeah, and the girl was just looking like, yeah. And then one girl, she was just like, stop saying you went to college. Stop saying you have a degree, because if that's the education you come out with from that college, fuck. Like, and I was like, and the girl had nothing to say. There's nothing she can say. But one of the things I want to point out is something that Tom Sandoval said, because he really is a narcissist, because he victim blamed her from start to finish. And sees episode 3 was no different. He had slightly a breakdown and seemed like he actually was sorry towards the end. But so there was a conversation about, you know, had he slept with somebody outside of Raquel since he started sleeping with her, which I'm sure he has, because he's a narcissist and he can only thinks about himself. So he had, and then Ariana, which is his ex, was like, you know, there was somebody you slept with after you started sleeping with her, me. Because they started having sex again, I guess they said a lot. And he was like, his instant knee-jerk reaction was to be like, yeah, and you had your shirt on the whole time, real hot.
Oh, hell no.
Like, everybody on the stage got quiet. Everybody on the stage was like, you're a piece of shit. You're disgusting. Because the girl had on previous seasons spoken up about how she felt about her body, and she has a beautiful body. Like, when you think about just like a nice, beautiful body, like she has it. It's beautiful body, butt, abs, boobs, arm, like everything's just nice. And she's self-conscious about it. And she's been very vocal about it because she was in previous relationship where he would insult her body all the time. This looks weird. Talk about her, you know, vagina. And it was basically like, it looks weird. And so she was self-conscious about different things about her body. And for you to say on this public platform that, like, it's one thing to say that in an argument where I can take it and be like, fuck you, whatever. But for you to say it like that, it was just like, you were really trying to hurt her.
Yeah.
And it was clearly a knee-jerk reaction, because after everybody was like, you're disgusting. What is wrong with you? He was like, I'm sorry.
Well, that just shows who he really is.
But
that's who he really was.
Yeah.
When he made that comment, that outside of this show, that is who he is. You're the person that will throw out a low blow and just to hurt somebody.
Yeah. I also think with narcissists, they don't have the capacity to see anything outside of their own personal experience.
Everything is, I'm sorry, but, which is why she keeps saying, you just keep victim blaming me.
Yeah.
Because she's saying, basically, you started sleeping with me more after you started having this affair, and your next reaction is to be like, well, you had your shirt on. And hey, I like having sex with my shirt on. It's easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If you want my shirt off, take it off.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, she may be able to be more willing to take her shirt off when they're having sex if you
made a safe space.
And, you know, babe, I love the way you look like this.
Yes.
Can you try that?
Babe, yeah, you look so sexy.
Oh my God, you look so sexy
he's a
like
narcissist.
this.
That's too much to ask.
That's too much to ask. But you know what she did do is she's been making merch since all this has come out. And for her, on her sandwich shop, she has a shirt now, and it has like a picture like of her face, and it's like her like eating this long cheese pizza, and it's like and it's kind of like blurred out, so it's not so like in your face, but it says "fuck me" with this t-shirt on.
Ooh, give me one.
And I'm buying one.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I will be wearing that.
Okay.
Wearing it when I have sex.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, you want it?
Yeah. There you go.
But yeah, so really when you break down her, especially, like, again, what she did was unexcusable. Like, oh, and then she did come back at the end with like a clip, her last interview, and he had been coaching her, because everything they had said as far as the timeline on the reunion, she came back and said that wasn't true. They had been having sex like pretty much the whole season, and he asked her to lie about it, and she went out of town for her grandma's funeral, and he brought that girl to his house. And
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go back again.
Well, she's at her funeral. So that's one of the things.
I'm sorry. Who went to the funeral?
Ariana.
Okay.
The girlfriend. So she she left. She went to a funeral, and it was like this big scandal because she spent the night at his house. And she spent the night at his house, and everybody was like, "Why did Raquel spend the night at your house? What is going on? Why would you?" "Oh, she was just chilling. We let people do it all the time." Blah, blah, blah. And so when it all came out, which is crazy. No woman should be spending the night at our house when I'm not there.
Exactly.
Period.
Amen.
Period. And then you sit there, and you could tell he was trying to lie throughout the episode because he was just like, "Oh, she dipped out. She dipped out." He was saying she dipped out and went to the bed and went to sleep when he got asked later. But anyway, so he had asked her to lie, and because he was like, Andy had asked him, "Have you ever had sex with her in your house?" He's like, "No, absolutely not." Complete lie. And she came back and admitted it, and they had been having sex pretty much the whole season. And his thing was they had sex one time, and they didn't start having sex till after filming started. So you like set up your lie. So you're just a liar.
Just a liar.
Just a liar.
Because he doesn't want to look bad on TV.
You already look
he already
bad.
looks bad.
Look worse.
And now you look even worse because you already are caught and you still can't stop lying. You're a liar.
Yeah, just admit it and be like, "My bad." And just move on.
And when you look at the girl, you can really tell now, like, it's just probably not the platform for her. She can't handle this. She's easily manipulated. When you're caught up on something, you're easily told to lie about it. And then you cry. She's just not cut out for it no more. She needs to go.
Yeah.
She's canceled.
Both of them are canceled.
Canceled.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, that's what's got me in a chokehold. So I'm actually, I don't know what I'm gonna do now because I've been in this since March. So when we get back, I guess we'll see. I don't know. She's supposed to come out of therapy and give us unfiltered truth. So I'm hoping for some more tea.
Okay, there you go. We'll have something to talk about when we come back.
But yeah, Jillian. So what's got you in a chokehold, girl?
Well, what's got me in a chokehold right now is I'm watching it's on Amazon Prime right now, and it's called Shiny Happy People, Duggar Family Secrets. So it's talking about the Duggar family, and it's 4 episodes, and they go into details as far as how Jim, Bob, and Michelle got together, how they got involved in the particular church.
That's the mom and dad?
The mom and dad.
Okay.
Michelle and Jim Bob, and they were part of a church called
Jim Bob.
They're from Arkansas, so
sounds like a cult kind of name.
yeah. And so they're part of a particular sect of evangelical Christians called IBLP, and which was run by someone by the name of Bill Gothard, which before even with the whole 19 Kids and Counting, I wasn't really aware of this particular sect. And they call it the quiverful philosophy, where they're supposed to have as many kids as possible.
All kinds of made up stuff.
Yeah, they're supposed to have as many kids as possible, or as how many blessing gods would give them. So no matter what, they just keep having kids. And they talked about, of course, the biggest scandal, which got their show canceled, which was, of course, Josh Duggar, the fact that he's a pedophile. And they talked about how he molested.
I did not know that.
You didn't know that?
No, I did not know one of their kids was a pedophile.
Yeah, so
He's in prison, girl.
Yeah,
disgusting.
He's their oldest son. He got caught with child pornography on his computer and was arrested for that, and is now serving 13 years in prison.
Good.
And so they talked about the kids' education, the fact that they're homeschooled but not really getting an education, which I guess this particular IBLP has like homeschool courses, but the courses are really based pretty much, if it's not in the Bible, they're not learning about it. So science,
how old are
math.
these kids now? Are they all grown?
Dinosaurs.
Most of I think their youngest child is 13, but they have kids ranging from 33 to 13.
Okay.
So there's a big range. I think most of the older children, the only adult child that's not married and doesn't have any kids is their eldest daughter. She's not married. She's still at home, and I think because she's
all
still
them kids, you still at the house.
She's still at home. So the way it works with them, I just don't think the father wants her to leave the house because she is the eldest daughter, and she helps.
Her? I always think everyone's molesting everyone.
I don't know. I don't know about that because the other daughters have come out, and really it was only Josh that molested them. But she's the oldest daughter, and I think what happens is that because they have so many kids, they have they've talked about this where they have the buddy system where you as the mother raise them up until they're a certain age, and then an older child then comes over and that's
hell
their
no.
buddy.
I'm sorry.
So the
So now
parent
I'm raising kids.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and this is only, and when they talk about buddy system, is really only the daughters that are quote unquote the buddies.
course.
So they parentify
Because in these
their
religions,
children.
the mothers only take care of kids. That's all they are good for.
Yeah, and so Jan is the eldest daughter, so she's the only one. Because really, when it comes to the kids, the father has picked their spouse because they do not date. They have what we call courting.
Oh,
and so
he just didn't pick her a spouse. How rude.
Yeah, so then
That's why I thought
pretty
could
much
he be like,
Jealous.
No, I think it comes down to we need someone in the house to help with all these other kids.
Nanny.
Yeah. No, they're not going to do that. And so, and especially now that Josh's wife, who has 6 kids,
these kids must not have like TikTok and stuff, huh?
They probably can't do
no,
anything.
they
probably
don't.
can't even
They
be on
can't do
social-
anything.
All they can do is watch each other's kids.
In fact,
gosh.
when they were talking on the show, they don't even watch TV because
That's why they keep them like that.
They don't have radios. They don't have television to the point that
So you have no access to the outside world.
no, they
Which is
don't.
why
They
they-
keep them very
they're
cut off.
conditioned.
Yeah, because one of the Jim Bob's sister. So her daughter was on there. So all the kids' cousin talked about, we would be in the area, and if there's ever a tornado or bad weather, they would have to call them and be like, hey, there's a tornado watch on. Y'all, be safe, boom, 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 because they didn't have a radio or television to let them know.
Yeah, what are they?
Well, they got 19 kids, so we all know what the parents are doing. But
How do you have time to do that when you got 19 kids?
yeah,
Because they don't do anything
They got
else.
a buddy system.
They don't even leave. So
they're
they
not
work?
even really raising the kids. So
How do they work? Do they work outside the home, or they work from home?
The way what I figured is that they have construction companies and they also sell used cars.
So they have money.
From
They
the
gotta have
show,
something.
Well,
from
yeah,
the
I
show,
forgot they did the
from the
show.
show.
You're basically
And
taking care of a small army.
Even when the kids became adults, they talked about, we were still filming, but we were not getting paid a red cent. They did not get any kind of money.
Why did the kids not?
Because Jim Bob took everything. So what they would do is have TLC. When they signed the
Jim Bob.
contracts, the parents, if you're underage, the parents
Yeah.
would then sign for the underage children. And she said that, even when we were above, 18 and older, that they would just put the contracts in front of us and be like, we need you to sign here and here, not realizing what they were signing. And TLC would then pay Jim Bob's production company. And it's like, okay, this is what we owe y'all. It's up to Jim Bob to divvy everything out. And to the point where, one of the daughters was actually with her husband was being interviewed. And he's like, I went to TLC. And they're like, we haven't gotten paid. And they were like, we already paid y'all
we
per the
paid y'all.
contract.
You're done.
Here's the contract. You need to go to your dad. And the dad's like, nah. And so they said that, once their show got canceled, they had Counting On, which followed the daughters. And one of the daughters that was on there, she was pregnant. And
So did they get paid then?
no, everything was still through the dad. And
Because
she
he
said,
has
like,
his own production
Yeah.
company.
yeah, and he
So it
was
probably worked
like,
for him.
the daughter was like, can you at least cover the cost, out of pocket costs that we had? Because when she had gotten pregnant and had a baby, they wanted to film while she was in labor, and she's like, no, I don't want y'all in there. And they said, well, TLC's like, well, can you at least take a camera and kind of document what you're doing? And they're like, okay, fine. They broke down, even though they didn't really want to do that at all either. And they're like, can you at least cover the costs, out of pocket costs that we have from the labor? And they're like, no, we already paid Jim Bob. And when they went to Jim Bob, and Jim Bob was like, nope.
That's
So
wild.
it's very, I would say at the end of the documentary, I realized these people are in a cult. Point blank period.
Well,
So now that the kids are married off, they're still in the cult too. Like they can't.
so 2 of the daughters are
I think
not.
they've
The
been
others
conditioned
are.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
They're
But
conditioned.
two of the daughters actually have, quote unquote, broken free. And then the rest, yes, are married and still
Because
fully
they
a part
picked
of
men that were a part of the
So-
cult.
men
then.
and wives
Yeah.
that are part of the.
So for me, these like religious cults, or I call them religious cults because I feel like it. I feel like they're all the same. It's always like this patriarchy, this head man that deals with everything, and then
not even everything. They control everything.
Control everything, and then there's other men that control everything else, and then their wives, and then the wives just take care of the homes, and that's. Yeah. And for whatever reason, like all these different religions have the same belief system.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can...
Because they use their Bible as what they use. And this is the Bible says this.
Because that documentary, Keep Sweet and Pray. And there's another documentary like Sins of the Mother. And they're all the same with the religion.
Yeah. Really, honestly, a lot of these religions, like I said, a lot of them are really boiled down to our cults, because whether it's Christianity, plug that out, put in Mormon, plug that out, put in Scientology, plug that out, and put something else in there, they all pretty much follow the same system, which unfortunately it does create a safe space for a lot of predators, unfortunately. And so
That's
going through
truth.
that, going
scary.
through those 4 episodes, you really get an eye-opening look at what is going on in their lives, and I just feel really sorry for the kids, because I'm just like, y'all are stuck.
I need to have Lake and watch that.
They don't know any better though. Like
Exactly.
I watched.
That's what I'm saying.
I watched. Who was it? Dave Koresh that was in Waco. Like I watched. Those people were ready to die.
Yeah,
They were ready to die.
They are conditioned. If you have no access to the outside world, of course you're conditioned, and you're thinking everything's all good.
That's the whole point. Yeah, they want to keep you isolated to be able to control you better.
Everything on the outside, they've been taught from the beginning, everything outside of this is evil.
Yes.
So
exactly.
But yeah, so crazy.
Yeah.
Stacey, do you have one?
No, I'm good. No.
She's ready for her summer to get started, and
Yeah.
we are too.
Yes.
So we are going to get out of here. We are going to be sad not to talk to you guys, but we're going to enjoy our Sundays, and we will be back again July 19th. So don't forget to tune in July 19th for our season 2 premiere. We are hoping to have you guys listen to us on YouTube then. So you guys enjoy your summer, or at least until mid-July, and we will talk to you guys soon. We are out of here officially for season 1. Bye.
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 Thank you for listening today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the platform you're listening on, and leave us a review.
We want to support local businesses, so if you'd like us to shout out your business, or if you have a topic suggestion, or even questions for our QA section, we want to hear from you. So reach out to us at letmefinish@gmail.com.
You can find us on TikTok and Instagram at Let Me Finish. Don't forget that the E in me is the number 3. You can find me at New Jillian Houdis on Instagram. Stacey, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Mrs. Cams01. I'm also on TikTok, Mrs. Cams01, MRSKAMS01.
And Janice, where can we find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram at Uniquely Janice, and Facebook and TikTok, I'm just Janice Housen.
Okay. See you next week.
See you next week.
See you guys then.